What's up, YouTube? Joseph here in his deck profile time once again. And as I promised, Yosenju are taking their turn in this deck profile. I am questioning if I want to play Yosenju again because they're a really good deck, offensive, defensive wise. Um, it's one of the few decks that it just requires a normal summon. It doesn't require a special summon. It's a wind deck, which, as you know, I'm very good at playing those. And it's been seeing a lot of popularity because of the kaiju monsters. As you can see, many of them uh, have just become kaiju splash oriented. I know now that Raging Tempest is out, the Zodiacs take its place as the current good Beast Warrior type deck. So, um, not really much that I wanted to go over because as a standalone deck, it's pretty good. Most decks don't use a side deck unless you've already beat your opponent down for enough damage. You've already hit them with the LTK, and if you need any last bit of damage, you just go into the extra deck for like um, either defense or protection. So let's just go into the deck itself. We have triple Yosenju, comma one, comma two, triple Yosenju, comma one, triple Yosenju, comma three, Tetsu, Tetsujik, Kodama, and then what's interesting about the monsters is one, two, and three can give additional normal summons, but they cannot give additional summon of themselves. So if you hold multiples, the most oriented strategy is, let's say you're holding a 2, 3, 1, 1. Um, you go 1, 2, 3, and then 3 will give you additional summon. You go for one. Um, Kodama is a place when it's summoned. You place three. You attribute it to place three counters on this card, which is Yosenju Training Ground. It's the only Yosenju card that cannot be searched by Yosenju card monsters effect. Or any Yosenju card that searches, it can't even search itself because it doesn't have Yosenju in its name. It just says Yosen. So maybe that was like a translation error or um, something that needed to be corrected, which they had enough time to correct it, but I guess not. And you have Yosenju Sujik. Sujik is pretty much they're honest. Like you can discard him from your hand to give either 1,000 attack to that monster, or you, while it's on the port, you can target a monster and give. They just send you a monster and give it 1,000 attack to the end of their turn. And because they all go back to the hand during the end phase, you're never really losing much. It's just Kodama is practically the only level 1, and there are some other level 4s and stuff like that. But I like Kodama because he works. He synergizes with the training ground. And then if he graveyard, you can banish him and you can get an additional normal summon of a Yosenju monster that turn. For the spells, we have the triple ground. We have the triple Tinky, the triple pot of duality, double forbidden lance, double Yosenju whirlwind, one book of moon, one dimensional fissure, one Reiki, one dark hole. Uh, Yosenju training ground. Every time you know something Yosenju monster, it gains a counter. You can get rid of 3 of those counters. You can get rid of either one counter to give 300 attack to all Yosenju monsters on you control. At a turn, when this card leaves the field, even if it leaves the field, or you can get rid of 3 counters and then one Yosenju card from your deck or graveyard to your hand, so you can go retrieve some Yosenju traps, some Yosenju spells. I am trying out Yosenju Whirlwind, which you activate this card for paying 100 life points once a turn. If a face-up Yosenju card will be returned to the hand except during the damage, so you can target a card your opponent controls and return it to the hand. So it's pretty much a compulsory escape device. But if you don't control any, if you, what is it drain phase. Unless this effect was activated this turn, it was not negated, destroy this card. Okay, yeah, so the only bad draw is that you have to use this effect, otherwise it would destroy itself. So that's not too bad. Although it's 800, you're really not losing much out of that anyway. Defensive cards, of course, Raigeki, Darkon, um, what's it, Book of Moon, Forbidden Lances, all defensive cards. The Dimensional Fissure and Macrocosmos, which I'll get into later, I'll get into in a moment actually. They're just defensive cards. They're just really good against, hand traps. So you can't be Effect Veiler, Maxseed, Ghost Ogre. Oh no, you can still be Ghost Ogre, but you can't be Maxseed, Effect Veiler. So you can deal with those troublesome cards. And then Power Duality, because this deck does not special summon, it just does a whole bunch of normal summon. It just helps you get to your deck and get to your pieces faster. Likewise with Chinky and then being all Beast Warrior, they'll gain that additional 100 attack. For the traps, we have Mirror Force, Yosenju, Secret Move, Macrocosmos, Randy's Emptiness, Solemn Warning. Yeah, just pretty much the setup of traps, especially the one-ups. Mirror Force is just here. It's a defensive mechanism. You can use any Mirror Force. Quaking would be good. Storming would be great because then it can help you with all the Yosenju effects. And of course, macro, like I said, with Defisher, just no to hand traps. Vanities, you can get over vanities, which I think is part of the reason why vanities is at 1, because your Yosenjus can play around vanities. Most decks can't. And then Yosenju moves pretty much their counter trap to negate cards effects, and all you have to do is control your Yosenju monster, which isn't that hard. Or just your Yosenju card. So that's not hard at all. Extra deck, they don't have extra deck monsters, which is kind of a good thing, but you can still splash in other archetype stuff. I like to use Lightning Chidoris, Cowboy, because Cowboy can do the burn in case you do have to get to that last bit of damage. Castel, Generic, I guess so Emerald, in case they get to your graveyard, you can put back into the deck. Harpies Pet Phantasmal Dragon was actually a card I teched in because, well, they're all win. You're going to do enough damage anyway. Phantasmal can't be targeted, so you're pretty much winning at that point. And then it can attack directly to finish off the game. And because the only thing that really can stop it are stuff that targets, which it won't be targeted by. So that doesn't target, like Raigeki and Dark Hole, which most players don't play. There's really not much that people can do to get over it. You have, of course, your generics in Utopia. 101 and 106 and 103. Then you have the Utopia Array, Utopia Lightning setup with Utopia Prime, and Utopia Lightning himself. And then the stuff that I have in the side deck are just pretty much cards that I would probably use as well. Of course, you have the Kaijus and their synergy with Yosenju, because Yosenju Kama 1 can bounce them back. Yosenju Kama 2 can just attack directly, while 3 goes and gets utility cards. And then you can just put Yosenjus on top of other cards, and then you can get your own Yosenju monster out with Slumber, and pretty much just deal with that. And then the Yosenju Shinchu left and right are pretty much their pendulum monsters. If you do decide to want to use Daibok, which I haven't tested Daibok since I think the last time I wanted to build this deck, but Daibok's just a big compulse. Unfortunately, it targets, so that most stuff can't be targeted. It's a decent pendulum effect if it's in the pendulum zone. Your monster, Yosenju monsters gain 300 attack until the end of the battle phase, which isn't bad, but most Yosenju decks don't do pendulum. They just like to stick to their effect monsters and bouncing stuff, and then dropping a Kaiju, bouncing it back, just to get rid of threats. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this egg profile. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe, and till next time, I'll have some more videos up. Alright, guys. HBJ. Oh.